I'm joined now by head coach of the Stars, Cody Chupp, for Coach's comments brought to you by Southside Auto Tech. And Coach, tonight is just a rough night for sure, but what's the message to a team after a game like that down in the locker room?
That our fans and this organization deserves more, and not even that's not even talking about the score. That is talking about our willingness to work, our willingness to have a little bit of jam to our game, to play through bodies, all those things that I feel like we've been talking about for months now. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
At the end there, obviously things get kind of chippy. It's a game of, obviously a frustrating game, but do you feel that gives any kind of just fight going into tomorrow, as far as just kind of some guys sticking up for a couple other guys there in the end, or is it largely negligible heading into another game tomorrow?
At that point in the game, it's negligible. It's to have to be encouraged to have pride in yourself is, at that point in the game at 8-0, that's something that should have taken place earlier in the game. And it's there's a lot of guys that are fighting for their lives here, and ultimately are in a tryout situation. It's to put a performance like that together in front of our home crowd on a great night as far as attendance. It's a shame.
Last question. Fargo's back in the building. Again, you guys saw him twice last week. Again, things didn't really go well at the end of that last game in terms of just, the last couple of goals there. A couple of players have noted that as well. And what do you expect just tomorrow, as far as what you want to see, obviously, but then, of course, just getting back to another familiar opponent?
It should be a group of guys that are pissed off and have something to prove. And, in saying that, it better be. It's forget about last weekend. Like, tonight should be enough to fuel everyone's fire tomorrow night. And, here we are again talking about response. And I've said it before, but if you're talking about response every single weekend, it means you're not playing very well, at least one out of the two games that you're playing. And, our response in the last 10 minutes of that game, was, like I said, it doesn't mean a whole lot at this point. It's a frustrating night all around, and we were, they were the superior team in every aspect of everything that they did throughout their lineup. That's a good old-fashioned butt kicking, and credit to Waterloo. They kept going and they kept pushing. I know PK well, and their guys did things right. Our guys didn't. And tomorrow we get an opportunity to do things right. And like I said, it's there's a lot of guys that are a little bit comfortable right now, and nothing is guaranteed in the future, and we need more guys playing like they're playing for their lives. And it's a privilege to be in this league. It's an extreme privilege to be a part of this organization, and we need more. We need more as a staff. We need more from our players, all the way through our lineup. Everybody needs to have more.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll wrap it up after the break.